Okay, listen, guys. I'm not gonna shout at you. I'm not gonna shout at you because I love you all, okay? But I don't actually love you all, okay? I want you to know that you driveling, filthy, fucking peasant, fucking inbred, retarded, fucking pieces of shit are the only ones to blame when you talk about the degradation of society and the arts. Do you understand? Listen, okay? Listen, okay? I just want you to... I just want you to close your eyes for a minute, okay? I had a revelation a while ago, and I realized that all people agree on most things, and we make enemies out of people because we get caught up on a couple of things that we disagree with, okay? But for the most part, I think that all of us agree on most things, okay? Let's find a nice and calm song to put on in the background. This one. Most of us agree on most things, okay? However, listen, okay? This past episode of Game of Thrones was the worst episode of Game of Thrones to ever be an episode of Game of Thrones. And it's actually fucking horrible, okay? It's actually the worst. The fucking worst. The worst shit. The worst shit ever. The worst shit ever. Okay? No, stop, I haven't seen it. Well, spoiler alert. Okay. Here we go, boys. Now, the first part of this episode, is actually, believe it or not, the first part of this episode was the most disappointing part. Even though the last part of the episode had the more autistic shit, the first part of this episode was the most disappointing part because the story for the first part of the episode wrote itself, okay? Why did the Masters attack the city if they're for the like 12th time? How many times have the Masters been kicked their ass and then they come back and they uprise again? How many times has this fucking happened? This is like the third or fourth time? Listen, anyway, why did the Masters invade the city knowing that if one dragon showed up, the whole fucking fleet would get cucked and fucked? Why the fuck would... Why? How come? Why would you do this? What's the plan? Like, we're gonna sail our fucking boats and... Okay, now, just because I already know some fucking nerd in chat is like, well, they thought the dragons were locked up in the temple. Well, what if somebody opened the temple and let the dragons out? Okay? What if somebody opened the temple and let the dragons out? Then their whole plan falls apart? Well, maybe they didn't know the dragons were that big. Okay, so every single episode of Game of Thrones is just going to be nobody knowing exactly how big the dragons are. Nobody has any sense of caution or intelligence whatsoever when it comes to moving entire armies. Destiny, okay, another one. Destiny, Daenerys wasn't there. Then why is it when the people got out of their ships to negotiate the fucking treaty and they saw Daenerys there, they still assumed they had the upper hand? Do they think that her dragon died? Do they think that she took her dragon to the dragon vet and wasn't able to return home with it because she had to put it down? Do they think that she lost her dragon? Do they think that she was going to not use her dragon in fighting because it wasn't honorable? What was the rationale for them showing up to negotiate a surrender and then seeing Daenerys there and thinking that they still had the upper hand? Why didn't they run when they saw Daenerys? Why didn't they give the signal to retreat when they saw Daenerys? What the fuck was going through their minds when they saw Daenerys get on her dragon? Were they thinking, you know what? It seems like Daenerys is here and she has her dragon and our whole entire fleet and everything we just had is about to get fucked up. Doesn't that seem a little bit fucking stupid? Destiny, up until this point, she's never been able to use her dragons in a fight. She only just now learned to ride them and command them. That's a good point, because it's not like Daenerys has ever rode her dragon off before after it killed dozens of people trying to kill her in the fighting arena, except that did happen. But to be fair, that was the first time that she'd ever used her dragon to kill someone. Well, except for that time her dragon killed the dude that gave her the Unsullied army and roasted him alive in front of everybody, and even then it could breathe fire. So, wow, maybe you were like just so wrong when you said that. Maybe you just said something that couldn't have possibly been more wrong. I'm not sure. I'm sure there are some things in life that could be more wrong than what you just said, but there aren't many of them. There aren't many of them. So, why the fuck did we spend money on extras or CGI to show the Dothraki riding into town to kill 7 Sons of the Harpy dudes? What the fuck was the point of that scene? We literally had, like, there were like 3 Sons of the Harpy that were outside, and then 50 million Dothraki pull up and beheads the one dude. And then that's it. What the fuck was the point? Now, the reason why, okay, I don't think I'm that smart, and I don't know fuck all about anything to do with film or whatever. This is just like my super fucking naive shit, okay? This is how, the reason why I'm so upset about this intro sequence is because it could have been so much better, okay? And not only could it have been so much better, all of the elements were there for the story to write itself. This is what should have happened, okay? The Masters attack the city, but because the Masters aren't blithering fucking retarded stand-ins for the fucking cartoony villains, they're expecting that maybe Daenerys will show up with dragons. So Daenerys flies in with her fucking dragons, but the ships are armed with ballistas or artillery or people with great bows, some kind of thing to fend off the dragons. So Daenerys flies in and tries to Deus Ex Ripena all the fucking bullshit, and she realizes like, hey, my dragons aren't enough, right? And then you got the Sons of the Harpy on the ground, and then at that point, right, then the Dothraki come in to kind of save the day on the ground, and that would work. That works for a couple reasons, okay? One, the Masters had no way of knowing that Daenerys was going to bring an entire Dothraki army because, you know, historically she hasn't had that army. So, wow, it actually kind of makes sense then for the Dothraki to come in to bail her out because they're needed at that point. And then it makes sense having 50 million Dothraki ride in to do something more than just kill 3 fucking dudes, right? So having the Dothraki come in to bail out the ground war at that point makes sense. We get to see the Dothraki in action. The Masters wouldn't have expected them to be there. And it makes you feel for the first time ever that Daenerys would have actually earned her victory. Because Daenerys went to a place, now whether she got the army legitimately or through bullshit, whatever, she went to a place and she gathered an army, and then she came back to her city and she brought that army to kick ass, right? So it would have been like the first fight that Daenerys actually kind of earned the victory for, rather than, well, dragons, lol, right? It would, in the first fight, she actually earned the victory for. Now, the Dothraki could have killed everybody on the ground. Daenerys brought them back, earned that victory. That's awesome. And then for the boats, if only there was like the most badass fucking boat lady sailing in with some of the most badass fucking boats who, in an effort to show Daenerys that she would be a valuable asset to her, decides to use their fucking boating skills to like fuck up a whole bunch of the fucking Masters invading ships. Why didn't we get to see Yara come in from behind and totally cuck the shit out of this giant fucking fleet? You literally have an attack by sea, and in the next scene, you have with the most skilled fucking Ironborn sailor coming in offering a fleet of 100 ships. How did you not have any interplay whatsoever with these two things? It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is what I say. Like, I feel like this intro should have wrote itself. The Dothraki would have come in and cucked everyone on the ground, and you would have felt good because Daenerys actually worked for that army and brought him in. And then Yara, who we know is traveling here anyway, who wants to show Daenerys her worth and her value as a skilled fucking sailor, would come in, cuck some ships up in the back, and show everybody how fucking insanely superior their boating skills are, because the Dothraki wouldn't be able to do anything, and the dragons would be repelled by the ballistas or whatever. And then Daenerys would be like, wow, you really are an asset. And Yara would be like, yo, dude, I'm here, and I want to show you how fucking dank I am. And look how fucking dank I am. I just fucked all these shitters up. Like, oh my God. Like, that would have been sick. That would have actually been like sick as fuck. That would have been sick as fuck. But it didn't happen. Instead, it was autism. It was actual autism. Now, we haven't gotten to the actual autism yet, okay? We haven't gotten to the actual autism, okay? Because the actual autism, oh boy. Why there are, now, the reason why, I'm sorry, Daenerys stuff I don't care about, okay? Now, I'm going to explain, without being hyperbolic, why I thought this was the worst Game of Thrones episode ever, okay? I don't care about the battle sequences or characters acting stupidly, even though that sucks or whatever. Things like narrative and the themes that you establish in your world and what characters deserve to happen to them, these are things I think that are very, very, very fucking important. Wait, am I getting cuxed? I'm not getting any lag whatsoever. I don't know why some people are lagging. It's a Twitch thing. It's nothing on my end. Okay. There are so many things wrong. Do we want to go over... Okay. Do we want to go over all of, like, the very bad things that were wrong with that whole Jon Snow sequence? Or do we want to go over the single biggest sin first? Do we want to do the big thing first, or do we want to do all of the kind of big things first? What do we want to do first? Okay, we're gonna hit the big thing first. We're gonna hit the big fucking memes. Okay, here are the big memes. Okay, with the way that everything was set up with this fight, there was only one possible narrative outcome that should have happened coming into this. And I will fucking fight to the death for anybody to disagree with this. Jon Snow 100% should have either been severely injured or killed. And Ramsay should have been the unequivocal victor of that fight.
You know what, Destiny? No, fuck you. I'm changing the codes to our base right now. My inner 6-year-old loved that episode. Fuck your opinions. Peppy, I love BBY Grill. Good night.
Jon Snow did absolutely every possible thing wrong, not just wrong from a strategic point of view, but wrong from a narrative point of view. And Ramsay Bolton, wow, Sarah, welcome to the tier 4 Harji Cyberclever. Ramsay Bolton did absolutely everything correct, not just from a strategic point of view, but from a narrative point of view, from a thematic point of view, okay? Let's look at Jon fucking Snow. Oh my fucking god. This really hurts because these were some of the only nice characters left in the Game of Bad Pussy world, okay? So it sucks to see these characters being fucking butchered, okay? Jon Snow is briefed. First of all, we already have Jon Snow following in Stannis' footsteps. You could almost, like, switch out some of their lines. You wouldn't even fucking realize it, okay? So Jon Snow is marching an inferior army that is ill-equipped and ill-supplied and ill-trained into a superior army against a superior and veteran commander that is holding a stronghold that have superior supplies, can last for years, and have superior training and armaments and cavalry and everything. So right off the bat, we're fucked, okay? Right off the bat, unless we have some crazy shit, if only we had somebody that was Lord Commander of the Night's Watch to give us some crazy battle tactics, but that's probably not possible at this point, okay? But if only, so we're already in like a really fucked area. We're already in a really fucked area, okay? So what happens, right? What does Jon Snow have to do to earn the victory here? From a thematic point of view, how does Jon Snow earn this victory? He has to do it through some kind of crazy, manipulative, outwitting, and finally beating Ramsay at his own game. Oh man, I'm sorry. Ramsay's like, everybody that felt good about Ramsay's death, you're the worst thing to happen to anything ever. You're the worst kind of people because you're the kind of people that instead of digging into like finding the perfect piece of pornography, the perfect piece of super fucking niche thing that does it for you and absolutely gets your rocks off. You bring up the first fucking thing you see on the screen, you fucking blow your load to it in 2 fucking seconds, and then you go around and you tell everybody this is the best, hottest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't have any fucking patience? You don't have any appreciation for anything that takes more effort than a fucking 4-line image macro to consume. Are you fucking serious? The defeat of Ramsay Bolton is the saddest thing that has ever happened in all the fucking Game of Thrones. Okay? I'm lost. I don't even know, like, there are so many things wrong with Ramsay dying that I don't even remember like which one we were talking about. Which one were we talking about? So Sansa tells Jon Snow, hey, Ramsay is going to try to manipulate you, okay? He does that to people. Rickon is dead. We're never, ever getting him back, okay? Jon, don't let Ramsay emotionally manipulate you, okay? Now, Jon Snow, the warrior from Winterfell, and the novice person on the Night's Watch, Jon Snow, he would have been manipulated by Ramsay. Ramsay would have played some fucking mind game on him, and he would have gotten Jon to compromise his position and act like an idiot, okay? But we have the post-death, resurrected, Lord Commander, leader, evolved Jon Snow. Now, oh my God, this is the victory. The victory that we needed here was what would have felt really good was seeing Ramsay die, losing to somebody that actually managed to outwit him, to actually overcome his mental manipulations. That was the defeat that Ramsay needed, because every single time Ramsay has been confronted with somebody in this show, he has always intellectually had the upper hand. Every single fucking time. Okay? He destroyed Theon and fucked with him. He killed that one lady who tried to fuck him and stab him while fucking him. He fucked with Sansa's mind and was able to fuck her. He destroyed Stannis' army with a superior knowledge of the land and all the 20 good men and all that shit. Like, Ramsay has always been an intelligent character, and he's always conducted himself with the utmost of intelligence every single time. Love him or hate him, Ramsay has been a fucking smart guy, okay? Ramsay has always been a fucking intelligent character. So the good payoff, what we really wanted to see was, I don't know how they would have done it. Maybe it would have been seeing Rickon die and then seeing Jon Snow walk away. And then you would have seen, like, that would have been the point where Ramsay's whole fleet is ready to come and cut Jon Snow. And then Jon Snow sees Rickon die. And then Jon just, like, turns back to his army and they go back to their fortified positions. And, like, that would have been the moment. That was the moment where it would have been like, oh my fucking God, like, Jon Snow has evolved as a character. He came out of the Night's Watch. He's smarter. He listened to Sansa. He's actually beating Ramsay at his mental game. Like, that would have been the start of seeing a really awesome defeat of Ramsay Bolton. Somebody who actually had the mental fortitude to stand up to him and beat him at his mental games. But instead, what do we see? Jon Snow falls into Ramsay's trap after being explicitly warned by Sansa not to, after being Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, after experiencing all of these things in his life. He falls into the trap like a little 16-year-old fucking kid, like a little fucking idiot. He falls into the trap. Not only does he fall into the trap, he compromises his entire army's position doing so. He suicides his entire fucking army, only to be saved in the end by Deus Ex Machina. And then what? Like, the problem was that the directors of the show tried to deliver you this really good payoff, and it just was so fucking cheap. And the sad part about it was that I know all of you fuckers in chat ate it the fuck up when you, and I know that, so some people in chat, are going to say things like, well, it wasn't really Jon's victory. Jon actually lost and the Vale saved him out. Fuck off. Why are you even talking about anything? You're so fucking stupid. It's very fucking obvious that the directors gave Jon Snow and Sansa Stark very specifically that victory, because they gave you the scene of Jon beating Ramsay in a 1v1 and then beating the shit out of him afterwards. And that was the payoff for you, where everybody, and I wasn't in chat at the time, but I guarantee you that everyone in chat was like, oh, fucking awesome. Oh, Jon Jon Snow beating up Ramsay, like, oh, dude. And Jon Snow's punching him. And then Sansa goes up at the end, and then Sansa delivers her line, like, oh, you haven't fed your hounds in 7 days. Although I don't even know how she knows he hasn't fed his hounds in 7 days, because she rode her horse away before he actually fucking said that. But who cares about continuity when there are so many other fucking horrible problems, right? And then we get to see the dogs eat Ramsay, and it's like, but what's the payoff there? What's the payoff at the end? Like, how do you honestly feel so good? I felt like Ramsay's death was unbelievably unfulfilling. Yeah, it wasn't good at all. Like, why didn't we get to see an intelligent character overcome Ramsay, beat him at his own game, and then defeat him that way at the end? Like, the payoff there would have been so much better. It would have been so fucking much better. Like, you said Ramsay did everything right, but he made so many mistakes in that battle. No, Ramsay did everything right. The only mistake Ramsay made, unfortunately, was fighting Jon Snow, because Jon Snow can't die in Game of Thrones now, because now we have moved on from Game of Thrones into standard action adventure fantasy fiction movie, and Jon Snow can't be killed. So Ramsay should have either surrendered or fled, knowing that the impenetrable people are talking about how, this is how I know that people don't pay attention. People are talking about how they were mad that the giant guy didn't have a weapon. The giant guy didn't need a weapon. What the giant guy should have done is he should have just picked Jon Snow up by the leg and used Jon Snow as a fucking weapon and killed everybody with him and like bashed down the walls with him, because Jon Snow can never fucking die. He has impenetrable plot armor. If anybody was paying attention to this movie, the giant should have just picked Jon Snow up and used him as a fucking weapon, or covered his body in Jon Snow, and then he could have never gotten hurt. Ramsay made the mistake of not, like, everything is just so stupid. Ramsay knows the North. Ramsay is not going to let, like, this, I hate how this was written. Ramsay's whole thing, the whole deal about him, who is Ramsay? When you think of Ramsay, what do you think of him as? He is a master archer. He's a master hunter. He has his hounds. He knows the land. Ramsay knows the land so well that he's able to take 20 good men and sneak into Stannis' camp and burn all their fucking supplies to ground. Why is he able to do that? Because he knows the North. Ramsay's able to lead Theon around in fucking circles and bring him right back to the fucking Fort Dreadnought or whatever the fuck it was. Ramsay knows the North. How are they going to have an entire fucking army sneak up on Ramsay to defeat him? Why? Ramsay's downfall was his hubris? Nah, fuck you, dog. You don't even know what the fuck hubris means. Fuck off. Hubris, if you wanted to show hubris in an intelligent way, hubris would have been Jon Snow retreating back to some safe thing and Ramsay following him out of his arrogance. Ramsay did nothing ever to display hubris. Ramsay was intelligent and mechanical in everything that he did in that battle, and Ramsay 100% deserved to win it. The only hubris, the only mistake that Ramsay made was he was fighting Jon Snow, which meant since he's fighting Jon Snow, he magically doesn't have any scouts or anybody to tell him any information, and an entire fucking army can walk up to him in lands that he knows better than anyone else and kill him. That's it. What was the hubris that Ramsay did? Like, Ramsay did everything right. Like, Ramsay did everything well. Destiny, besides the whole Scott BS, is it at least possible that Ramsay wouldn't have thought Littlefinger to be an ally? Why would somebody just roll an entire fucking army up onto your land and you would go out to do a risky attack? Obviously, you would just chill in your fucking fort until they'd sent like a rider to figure out what was going on. Destiny, he left his castle, you idiot, instead of letting him fail his siege. Well, because Ramsay needed to leave his castle so that he could continue to have respect of the other people in the North. But Ramsay could leave his castle. That's fine. Ramsay had the army to do it, and he had the people to do it, and he did do it. Ramsay did it. Ramsay should have won the fight. He destroyed Jon's army. Do you not realize the whole point of the Battle of the Bastards is character development of Sansa? What character development of Sansa happened? Echo Slam for life. Please tell me about it. She wrote a letter to Littlefinger asking him to come and bail her out. What was the character development there? Go ahead, I'll wait for your answer.
And then, oh, Lord Bolton, I totally forgot to tell you something. What is it? I just wanted to mention that about 2 months back, Moat Cailin was taken by Vale forces. What? And you didn't tell me? Yeah, sorry, brain fart. Oh, and about 2 weeks ago, we received a raven from Barrowton. The Vale forces marched by them. Whoa, this is really important information. Well, I know. Spilled milk, I guess. Oh, and about 3 days ago, we got a raven from Castle Serwyn. The Vale forces marched by that too. I'm beginning to think that you might be incompetent. Oh yeah, and remember how you told us to put scouts out? Yeah, we didn't do that. Todd, remind me to flay you later. Anyway, the riders of Rohan show up, and I get shafted.
She didn't tell John about the army that she knew was coming because she knew John would allow a massacre and would wait, which would result in a siege rather than an open field battle. Why? They could have just done the same things except had the army waiting in the back. Isn't this fight just like Waterloo? Napoleon was winning over the British and deserved to win, but then the Prussians turned up and made him lose. The better general doesn't always win. It's not a fucking history book, dog. We're watching a story. Stories are supposed to have purpose, not
Please
just random
unban
shit.
me
What the
from
fuck?
It's been over a month. I can't handle the Twitch chat autism.
Do you not think Ramsay was overconfident? No. How is he overconfident? He won the fight against Jon's army. The only thing that fucked him was the fact that he was fighting Jon Snow, which meant the entire Vale army was somehow able to sneak up on him. Granted, the entire Vale army was on horseback. They can cover a lot of ground faster than a scout. What? No! You think a single man riding as fast as he can on horseback is going to be outrode by an entire army? Do you think entire armies move by just sprinting their horses as fast as possible for 2 days and 2 nights straight? That's how armies move their entire shit? What?
Ramsay choked harder than the Golden State Warriors. It didn't work, PLS.
Oh, that's because I don't unban you. But I unbanned you now. Destiny, armies move with scouts going ahead, actively trying to look for enemy scouts when they're trying. How, like, why do people try so hard to write the most retarded fucking things in chat? I don't understand. So, Hookaroo, let's just paint a picture here. Let's say that you are the owner of land X. Let's say that you send a scout to land A. And he reports, and he comes back and he says, "Hey, sir, all good here." Then let's say you send another scout to land B, and he comes back and he says, "Hey, sir, all good here." Then let's say you send a scout to land C, and he comes back and he says, "Hey, sir, all good here." Then let's say you send a scout to land D, and he doesn't come back. Maybe you send another scout, and he doesn't come back. Huh. That's literally not how scouting works. Okay, tell me Echo Slam for life. He was a scout in real life. Destiny, it would take too long to ride back and forth. They would only ride home if there was an actual problem. What? Okay, let's try something different then. Okay, let's say you have a guy who he owns land X, okay? Let's say that you have a guy and he owns land X. Let's say that you send a guy to check out land A. Let's say that when he gets to land A, he sends a raven back towards the guy because riding back takes too long to let him know that everything is okay. Now let's say we send another warrior and that scout goes riding out to land B. Let's say that after he gets to land B, he realizes it's going to take too long to ride back, so he sends another raven to tell X what's going on. Then let's say we have another warrior ride to land C. Now let's say that the guy riding to land C realizes it's going to take far too long to ride back and decides to send a raven. Now let's say that one guy rides to land D. For some reason, he doesn't send a raven back. I'm not sure why. Let's say that another guy rides to land D. It seems like he didn't send a raven back.
Last time I donated, my name was added to a massive list of cucks for dankest dungeon. Fuck me, right?
I don't know, Benji. I don't remember using your name, so you probably got fucked. Why should I just ban? I feel like I should just ban this guy. Also, why I like the fights, the fight was kind of cool. Man, there is only one correct answer to this question. What was the best fight? Big fight, small fight, period. What was the best fight of all of Game of Thrones? What was the sickest? What was the one where you saw it and you were like, damn, that was fucking sick as fuck? There is only one correct answer. Who knows it? What is Hardholm? Was that the one Tower of Joy bullshit? Season 5, episode 8. Oh, no, it's not this. That one was actually okay though. But the sickest fucking fight was the fucking Oberyn versus the Mountain. Not even, nothing is even close to that.
But what happens if a raven gets caught up in traffic? Think about all the false alarms, Peppy.
Let me do this, okay? If we were to do a power tier ranking list of the cool fights of Game of Thrones, you have like the Houndhorn? What the fuck? I don't know, dude. I don't know what the name of that shit was called. But the zombies, that one is like right there, and it was pretty cool. And then some other bullshit, okay? And the fucking this shit is like, this shit is like, how do I make this fucking, oh, I need to select. This shit is like down here, okay? This shit is all the way down here, okay? And fucking Oberyn versus the Mountain is like up here. What a sick ass fucking fight. Oh my fucking god. Oh god, I don't have the pencil. That's okay, we can still. I'm actually not going to write like this. Oberyn versus the Mountains. What a dank fucking fight. Okay, but let's talk about what are some of the reasons why comparing the fights in early Game of Thrones to late Game of Thrones is like comparing, oh, Brienne versus the Hound was pretty cool too. Brienne versus the Hound is pretty cool too, okay? Comparing Oberyn, I don't know why I typed. What makes a fight good? The choreography, the cinematography, the story of it. So everything made Oberyn versus the Mountain good. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about the Oberyn versus the Mountain, okay? Firstly, the choreography was actually fucking sick. Just the fucking twirling the spear and shit around. Dude, he's so sick. Not to mention, Oberyn is the hottest character in all of Game of Thrones, bar none. It's not even close. Jaime Lannister is in second. He's kind of close. No, never mind. He's not close. Oberyn is still a million times hotter, okay? So Oberyn is easily the hottest fucking character in all of Game of Thrones. Look at this, the fucking spear twirling shit. Oh my fucking god. Also, this was season 4, wasn't it? Wait a second. I shouldn't say that Game of Thrones went to shit after the 3rd season. I should say the 4th season, because holy fuck, this one fight scene can save the entire season, okay? So, like, let's just look at everything. Let's look at everything going on in this fight. First of all, how many fates hang in the balance here, okay? Also, up till this point, this is still, we're watching Game of Thrones. This is Game of Thrones right here. What does that mean? No tropes, no plot armor. Fucking anything can fucking happen. Anything, no one fucking knows. Is Oberyn gonna win? He might. He's a good fucking warrior and he's got reasons for vengeance, but it's fucking Game of Thrones. The Mountain is like the best fighter ever. If Oberyn wins, that means Tyrion gets to walk free. What's Cersei gonna do? What's Tyrion gonna do? How does the fucking kingdom work at that point with Tyrion walking free and everybody thinking he killed him? Like, what the fuck? What if the Mountain wins? I don't want Oberyn to die, but then Tyrion dies too. Is Tyrion actually going to die, or is he going to be sent to the Night's Watch? Tywin said that he would send her to the Night's Watch, but Joffrey said that he would send Ned to the Night's Watch. I don't know. Will Tywin actually have Tyrion executed? Like, there's so much, right? What happens to Sansa? Cersei's finally gonna get her revenge. I don't want that fucking bitch to get her fucking revenge. Fuck, we fucking hate Cersei, right? How do relations with Dorne go? Like, again, we're still in fucking Game of Thrones here. There are so many interconnected stories here. How many people's fates hang in the balance here? Sansa is loosely connected. Tyrion is directly affected here. Cersei and Tywin and Jaime, who all very much care about the fate of Tyrion, are all directly connected here. Oberyn is connected with the Mountain here. The entire relationship with Dorne in some way, and that crazy Snack lady are all connected here. So, like, in this fight, we have so many fucking different things, hang in the balance of this one fight. And not only do all these things hang in the balance, but we don't know how this fight is going to turn out. Anything can happen, right? Because anything can happen because it's Game of Thrones. We're not in fucking trope fucking Fantasyland where the Jon Snow, aka Jesus Christ, is gonna never ever die to anybody, and Arya, the waif murderer in the dark, is never gonna die to fucking anyone, and no one who fucking even gives a fuck if Arya wins or loses. Who the fuck cares if Arya lives or dies? Nobody in the fucking world even knows that she exists. What a fucking shit show. And I guess Jon Snow is never gonna fucking die because he's Jon Snow, and this is whatever, Targaryens or OP, I don't know, whatever. So I guess Jon Snow never dies either, right? But like, this shit right here, I get really disappointed when people talk like, oh my god, dude, did you see that super sick fucking fight scene? Did you see that super sick fight scene? Did you guys see, okay, listen, did you guys see that super fucking sick, did you guys see that super fucking sick fight scene? Now listen, okay? The fight scene, maybe the story was kind of bad, but didn't it have really cool cinematography, right? Didn't it at least have really fucking cool cinematography, right? Wasn't it like really cool? When people talk about fight scenes like that, do you know what they're talking about? They're talking about fucking Star Wars. This shit isn't fucking cool, and it betrays the entire point of all the fucking lightsaber fighting that ever fucking happened. And what are they even doing here? What are they fucking, what is this, a helicopter imitation? Whoosh, 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 whoosh. What the fuck is even going on? Listen, the story might have been bad, but dude, remember when there was lava all around? Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And then people eat this shit up. Why? And then people eat this shit up. Because it looks cool. You're literally just talking about how cool is it Oberyn? Because Oberyn is a fucking badass dog. Oh my god, dude. Oberyn versus the Mountain. Now that's some Game of Thrones. That's some Game of Thrones right there. Whereas there might not be much writing because like the set and cinematography really gave the fight atmosphere. What does that even mean? And a sense of stage. Jon Snow's actor was fucking amazing. The one at the end was dank as fuck. Fuck all of, what the fuck? Fucking kill yourself, Deadwing. First of all, I don't even think the fight did a good job at giving a sense of, I don't know what you mean by atmosphere, a sense of stage. I thought that when Ramsay versus Stannis, that did a better job at establishing how hopeless Stannis' army was, in my opinion. Because in this fight scene, you really saw, oh no, wait, fuck. When Ramsay's troops are charging Stannis's, you actually saw how hopeless the fight was. This did a really good job at setting the stage for how hopeless the fight was. Right? This was a good job. This was a good job at setting the stage for how hopeless the fight was. This is perfect. This is a sense of scale. This is atmosphere. It's not atmosphere. I don't know why you said that. This is a sense of scale. This is setting the stage. This is giving us a very clear story of what's going on with these two armies. Look at the people running in the background, right? You've got some of the troops are fleeing, and it's just an absolute fucking slaughter, right? I never even got the feeling that Jon Snow's army was outnumbered that much. You never even really see it until the end when, like, the giant fucking sword memers show up and surround them, I guess. And even at then, it doesn't really look like they're outnumbered. Jeez, fuck me, dude. And the 1v1 at the end was dank as fuck, except not even. Jon Snow's 1v1 with Ramsay was fucking lame. It was so lame. Why do you think that was dank? Jon Snow held his shield up and then ran at Ramsay and smacked him over and then punched him to death. How is that dank? I could name a million better ways for Jon Snow to kill fucking Ramsay. In a one-on-one fucking sword versus sword fight would have been fucking dank as fuck. In a one-on-one sword fight where Jon Snow is the one that pulls out the dagger because he's quicker than Ramsay and stabs Ramsay as a callback to the times that Ramsay has murdered people with quick dagger pulls, right? For somebody finally besting Ramsay. That would have been better. What about at the end? When Sansa walks in and you hear growling in the darkness and Sansa goes, sounds like he's hungry or sounds like she's hungry or whatever. And then Ramsay's like, my hounds would never eat me. And then Sansa goes, that's not my hound. And then that Nymeria, whatever, the fucking direwolf comes out and fucking eats Ramsay. Because where the fuck is Ghost and Nymeria? Is it Nymeria? Is that her name? Where have those fucking dudes been? That would have been fucking sick. Why couldn't one of the direwolves fucking eat Sansa's direwolf is dead, I guess. Never mind, I'm sorry. Wait, fuck. What were which ones are alive? Oh, Ghost. I'm thinking of Ghost. I'm sorry. My bad. Ghost would have been because Sansa's direwolf gets Sansa's direwolf got killed because of Arya, right? And then Arya's direwolf is Nymeria who ran away. I don't know where the fuck she is. But why couldn't Ghost have been the one to come out and fucking eat fucking Ramsay instead of like his hounds, which is whatever. Like, I don't know, dude. Oh, the Castle Black fight was okay. The Castle Black fight was good because that was another fight. And Stannis, and Tyrion earned his win there too. Yeah, this would have been a good ending too. Where Ramsay says, 1v1 me, let's go. I changed my mind, let's 1v1. And then Jon Snow's like, kill him. And then everybody shoots an arrow at him and fucking he explodes in fucking brain matter. Yeah, that would have been an acceptable ending too. Here's my question, okay? Here's my question for everybody, okay? For Hajari or whatever, and other people, or Hadri, I should get your name right. For everybody in chat, here's my question to you that are defending the things that happen in this episode. Tell me, and cite examples from the text, from the show, and what did you see in this episode that made you feel like Jon Snow has grown as a character? What did you see that made you feel like Jon Snow has grown as a character? Okay. Does it start to be a controversial? I think the better word would be development. Okay, right, Barris. Tell me how Jon Snow has developed as a character. Jon Snow believes in the Lord of Light now as opposed to before he was resurrected. Do you think that's actually true? I didn't get that impression whatsoever. Jon Snow understands fighting hopeless odds, except he doesn't. He doesn't really, because he still just charged in to commit suicide. He didn't do anything this episode that made it seem like he was fighting hopeless odds in an intelligent manner. Destiny didn't get that impression, thus it is not true. This is the one. This is going to be the first IP ban. I can feel it right now. I already know this guy has nothing to say. I want to IP ban someone and I'm going to go to sleep. That's the fucking dream. Get fucked, you cucked fucking shitter. That felt good. I'll play some Moonlight Sonata for that guy, right? Because we have the music now. Just for my memers in chat that wanted it, okay? And for that dude, for that dead dude, okay? Got him. That's it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to bed. Fuck all you fucking shitters.